Wonder if we're going to get any more Mawkzy trash talk in this one. He does love to trash talk his opponents. Whenever he gets a hint that they might be susceptible to it, he's quite happy to pile on the pressure with the quick chat. Might have worked, you know. Might have worked. I don't think it worked too much, though. I wouldn't say Joreuz was too tilted. I think Joreuz just realized he had a bad matchup there and kind of got outplayed. It's a very nice save by Atow on Mawkzy's first double tap attempt. Atow's probably expecting to lose the majority of the kickoffs in this matchup, as again he takes off with ball cam. And his aerial game will work for the opening goal. Now, a little secret for you guys. I'm not going to go into details here. But Joreuz and Atow have been discussing in their team chat potential strategies that Atow could employ to get this upset win. And it would be an upset win over Mawkzy. Mawkzy right now looks to be in fine form today. I've criticized him recently for being a little bit inconsistent, having off days every now and then, but this does not seem to be an off day. I mean, he's just 3-1 Joreuz, so I'd call that an on day, personally. More ads? How do we get more ads? That's not. How is that even possible? There's no way. I literally just ran ads. Hold on, I'm going to check. It says, yeah, it says pre-rolls are disabled for 36 minutes, and I've definitely ran enough ads to stop the Twitch autos from running. I don't know. Don't know why that's happened. I'm sorry, anyone who got ads. I'm sure you're watching. If you've gone back to watch the VOD, see what happened in the bit you missed. Apologies for that. I did try and prevent that from happening. That's a very ballsy play there from Atow. Now, Joreuz mentioned in Twitch chat after the Mawkzy series that he lost that he doesn't have the defensive game to be comfortable against Mawkzy, and he identified, I think correctly, that you need to be proactive. You need to get out there and challenge. You've got to have a challenge game against Mawkzy. You can't just sit in net and shadow and fake challenges, because he's just going to flick it top corner. And Atow did it right there. He just like charged in, got a goal where Mawkzy didn't expect him to be charging. Yeah, funnily enough, it's the opposite advice that compared to the advice that Joreuz gave Atow in his Luis series. Luis series has said just sit in goal, wait for him to miss his freestyles and score open nets. This time, you know, Joreuz has identified himself at the end of the Mawkzy series. Yeah, you can't do that against Mawkzy, so we'll see if the combined rest of Europe team can come out on top. They're looking good in game one. Oh, Atow's missed an open net though. How's his rebound? It's also off, and he took a very, very long time to get back. Mawkzy's taking a scenic route to the goal as well, but that's not going to work out, and Atow is actually there to save it. Yeah, the combined knowledge of Joreuz and mechanics of Atow going up against France's star player here. What an interesting situation we would be in if Atow can somehow win this. And then out comes Monkey Moon, who's yet to lose a game. Who would have thought that in today's matchup, containing both Joreuz and Mawkzy and Raziers as well, that it could all be decided by Monkey Moon and Atow? Well, that's a realistic world we live in. Atow's recoveries are just keeping him in this. He's actually rolling and rocking his way back to his half. I think he's trying to wave dash there, but did a little bit more of a seesaw impression. He almost got back anyway. Almost got back. Mawkzy parking himself in front of Atow, who has to flip over him. A great clamp at the far post top corner there. Atow actually left the boost behind him though, favouring the long shot, and then hesitated on it. So I think he's worried about mishitting that. Yeah, he didn't want to hit that because it's a tough shot to get right, and if you hit that into the ceiling, if you don't get enough distance on it, you're gone. You're going to land so far away from the play, and then Mawkzy's going to have an open net of some sort. It ended up being the same result because hesitating on the play just completely gave it to him. Well, look at this. Atow's tried the geometrical pinch, bouncing it in off the wall and the ceiling in the back corner there. If he had pulled that off, that would have been the most insane pinch goal, but he's once again called Mawkzy's bluff from close range. Mawkzy not expecting Atow to be playing this aggressively here, especially after the very cautious matchup that he played earlier on today against Juicy. This time Atow switched it up. He's really going for it here. He's trusting his mechanical ability in the air to get the job done, and he is playing aggressively to keep Mawkzy guessing. Mawkzy, flip reset, and the demo as well. Just like Jory's earlier, Atow drops Mawkzy a nice shot in the quick chat, but I think this one might be completely genuine as there's no flick to a top corner. It's a flip reset to the top shelf. A very well executed bump as well. Mawkzy looking to tie the game. Shots wide. Atow's right behind him now. Chased him up the wall. Actually beats him to the punch as he advances down the line. Oh, Atow thinking about the close range shot. He's got to be so careful with these. He missed a tight angle one earlier and nearly conceded. Atow turns and challenges, but Mawkzy reacts perfectly and he'll equalize. Get France back in this 4th series of the day. I got it right, guys. I didn't say match. Good job, mate. Atow deflecting the ball to his back corner. Mawkzy's going to race him in that direction. Atow's return, though. Flick followed up by a soft shot. Actually denies Mawkzy. Quick recovery. Both players grinding to a halt in terms of boosts here. Atow makes a beeline for the mid boost. Mawkzy tries to make it difficult for him with an awkward touch, but Atow's going to go for it. Mawkzy's played very well to save that and land outside the net, but here comes Atow again. Demo has landed. Top left is open. He's hit the crossbar. He definitely had Mawkzy beat that time. Now he's got an off the wall play that Mawkzy can't interfere with. Atow with the reset. Wants the double, but it's gone way too high. Mawkzy on the counter is going to take the lead, surely. And he does. Well, Atow definitely had Mawkzy beat on both those plays, but he hit the bar with both of those plays as well. I think he might have meant to hit the bar in that second one. Didn't mean for his car to fly right past the ball, if the double was what he's going for. Delayed kickoff by Atow. He's completely tripped up Mawkzy here. And Mawkzy get back. Oh, what a save. Pinches it over the top of Atow, and the speed is there for Mawkzy. Double tap for him. Atow's not there. Mawkzy throws on the reverse cam for style. What an entertainer. Mawkzy right over Atow's head. Reverse cam double. He knew that it was in. Didn't need to look. 43 seconds to go now. Mawkzy's wave dash is perfect on the kickoff. He's going to try and score with yet another aerial. It's a double reset. A little mind game as well. Mawkzy trying to dunk it in. That was a combination of everything Fenix are these days. First the mechanical approach and then a little bit of a bot air dribble. Look at the snipe from Atow though. Mawkzy wasn't all that slow back. He had to wave dash and a flip, but Atow drills it bottom corner. Now we've got a 1-goal game. Atow, the yet another slow kickoff, is bounced so high both times he's done this that he didn't have the immediate goal, but the flick is good. And this is something Atow has been clinical with today. Point blank range flicks into the roof of the net using the traditional style. No reverse 45-degree flick necessary, just goes right through the ball. And he ties with 18 seconds left. Great game from Atow. Can he produce a winner at the end of it all? First possession is Mawkzy's, but he's missed the back corner boost. Atow with a huge opportunity and he scores! Well, a small mistake from Mawkzy's all it took. He had possession, but that dodge did not send him as sideways as he thought it would. Looked like the ball was just too heavy. He tried to move it over the boost. His car didn't follow. Now Mawkzy's lost the kickoff intentionally to the back corner, but Atow just runs right through him. And you can win this with a pinch into the ground. Mawkzy's going to keep it up. Atow is right there with him though. Trips up Mawkzy for the win. And we have got a series in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Atow puts it together in game 1. He's definitely a match for Mawkzy mechanically. And he's come up with the strategies, you know, either by himself or with the help of Jory's. I think I love this team element of this format. It just makes me want to see this type of thing on LAN even more. I mean, again, I'm not going to tell you the details because that would be leaking strats, but between games here, Atow and Jory's, they're discussing the game plan here of how to beat Mawkzy. Jory is giving Atow as many tools as he can, as much help as he can, to get the win for the rest of Europe, get them into the grand final against KSA. But yeah, I'd love to see this on LAN. Can you imagine how cool it would be between games to just see a situation like this where Jory is already eliminated from the match himself, is right there talking to Atow, telling him what he thinks he should do in the next game. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think 1v1 is by far the most coachable game mode. Oh, you're joking. Atow has just clipped on Mawkzy. The pogo shot just launches a little bit sooner than Mawkzy thought and flies straight in off the far post. Atow is peeking. Does Mawkzy have an answer? I can already see all you freestylers saying, that's not a pogo, it's a plan B. Well, it didn't look like plan B to me. It looked like that was plan A. It looked like it's what he meant to do from the start of that play. I think plan B is a dumb name for that shot in 1v1. It might be a good name in freestyling. 1v1 makes absolutely no sense. So I already know I'm not ignorantly calling it a pogo shot. It is completely intentional. And yeah, you can call it whatever you want in freestyling, but this isn't freestyling. Plan B is just confusing. People will be like, okay, what was his plan A then? It could have been plan B, C, D, A. It doesn't really matter. Plan B is just a dumb name when you're talking about it in a 1v1 competitive scenario. It makes no sense. I sometimes use plan B in commentary to discuss, you know, a player's legitimate plan B on a play, not a pogo shot. It's a much more versatile concept in 1v1 competitive than it is in freestyling. In freestyling, you guys can call it that because it means one specific thing. The concept of a plan B in 1v1 offense could be literally anything. It could be any kind of play. So yeah, enough of that. Yeah, Atow is absolutely insane right now. Mawkzy's spotted that challenge coming though. Atow's trying to stay aggressive whenever he's defending Mawkzy's plays. He wants to try and lean more towards aggression, even if it's blatant. I mean, he's done that on Mawkzy's goal line twice this series. Just charged in, 50-50'd him on the goal line. We noticed in game 2 and 3 between Jorias and Mawkzy that Mawkzy is pretty good at countering his opponents when he notices those tendencies. So Atow's going to need to just dial it back slightly if he wants to keep Mawkzy guessing. That's not a good landing. Atow's way out of the game here. Oh, Mawkzy's missed it though! What? Oh, no way. He's going to go. He's going to score anyway. Atow was scared of the demo, so he turned the wrong way. Yeah, in this position, Atow's thinking Mawkzy might be coming for me, so he turned away to try and put himself in a safe position. But he ended up just leaving the net wide open, and Mawkzy, second time of asking, actually put it between the sticks. Nice early challenge there from Atow. Less telegraphed that time. Doing a great job fighting for that back corner boost. Atow's got all the options here. He only needs one. The reset and the flick. Send the ball straight into the heart of the net. Z-Pair, thanks to the £50 to the prize pool, by the way. We've almost completed the prize pool, at least the element, or the part of it that I'll match. So we've got over £2,400 prize pool now, after I personally double that. Yeah, I'll say it once at least during every series, just so that you all know exactly what's happening here, that I will personally match prize pool donations until that bar is filled. Any donations beyond that will be added to the prize pool, but I'll not continue matching them. I don't want any of you guys coming in here and donating 100 grand and then being like, match it, Johnny, because I can't. Magnetic RL, thanks to the 2-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel as well. Yeah, Zedper, thanks for the kind words. Glad you're enjoying the tournament. Hopefully you all have. For me, this has been super interesting to see this format unfold, see different iterations of it. We've seen 3 sweeps, but now we've had a reverse sweep attempt from USA's A team against KSA's B team. Now we've got a bit more of a back and forth series where France get one on the board, the rest of Europe respond, France get another one now, rest of Europe looking to respond again. So many different ways this could pan out. The saves from Atow. Mawkzy's in a bit of trouble here, but Atow rushes the shot and misses. It's open for Mawkzy, and oh, that's a devastating blow. Atow went for the long shot in a hurry. The ball just bounced a bit lower off the wall than he thought it was. Now Mawkzy off the back of his open nets, actually. Looking to tie this series up, and another strong kickoff for him. Atow closes the distance, so that might be bouncing straight in. Well, fortune favors the bold. Atow's rush challenge flies straight into the net. Heavy first touch from Mawkzy. Punished hard by Atow. Mawkzy needs to keep control of these situations. He can't just let the ball run away from him against the aggressive tendencies of his opponent. Mawkzy grabs the back corner boost this time. Made the mistake last game, missing it in that same position. Atow takes an aggressive stance twice in a row, 3 times in a row. And he makes contact with the ball 3 times in a row. But it's Mawkzy who still has it. Not a lot of boost left over for him though. There's the fruits of his labor. Atow with 3 consecutive aggressive challenges. Collects the ball off a low boost Mawkzy once he finally reaches his side of the field and then clips on him first try. The game plan is plain to see. Atow, all out aggression when he doesn't have the ball, and then full trust in his mechanics when he does. 1 goal advantage again. Can Atow do the unthinkable? He's faked the kickoff completely. He lets Mawkzy take it to his back corner. He's quite happy taking on Mawkzy with the aerials, it seems. So far, so good. Watches the ball fly by twice in a row. I think he'll say no to that wall shot though. Yeah, he's had a couple of awkward wall shots. Now here comes Mawkzy in his natural habitat. Atow's challenge stays low enough. Mawkzy bumps him away from the ball though. It's open for him, and this time he scores it. It is so difficult to cover all bases here. Atow just about stayed low enough on that challenge, but Mawkzy did so well to just control the engagement, kept the ball pretty much dead still, and the fact that Atow bounced off the top of the ball left him recovering too slowly. 35 seconds to go. Mawkzy again coming at him with the dribble, but Atow, not for the first time and probably not for the last time, finds the challenge angle. He just looks so comfortable coming forward, and how impressive is that after Jory has struggled to do this. Atow's out the game again though. Mawkzy sends a long shot into the post. You have got to be joking. Another open net miss for Mawkzy, and Atow's now beating him to the punch. Mawkzy's got boost to get back. Mawkzy is rattled. Oh, Atow's just lunged in though. Mawkzy outplays him, and it's just going to bounce in on 0. Wow, that was close. The clock went from 1 second to 0 between that bounce and the ball crossing the goal line. It bounced on the goal line itself, and then the clock went to 0 as it was bouncing in. Actually incredible. Literal split second away from overtime. But Mawkzy punished Atow's over aggression. You know, Atow's done really well to get these opportunities to challenge the ball. Like I said, the fact that he's able to do this after Jory has struggled to do the same thing in the previous series. Jory couldn't find those angles. He couldn't figure out a way to space himself close enough to the ball to stop Mawkzy from just flicking consistently. Well, Atow seems like he's got that figured out. The problem is he's been a bit too obvious on a couple of these long run-ups. If he's going to run up from these distances, I think it has to be a fake challenge. Just has to be. There's a goal right there, right behind the scoreboard. Same idea. Mawkzy's going to be right back. Quick break before we start game 3. You know, it's kind of reminding me of Dark against First Killer. Dark was able to surprise Daniel time and time again with his rush challenges from distance, but First Killer had a better eye for spotting them as they're coming in from distance. And that's kind of what Atow's got to be careful about here. He's not against a player who's going to just fall for it every time. Mawkzy knows it's coming, and he's going to look for those opportunities to outplay him. He actually had plenty this game. He missed 2 open nets after Atow overextended. So yeah, he's got to dial it back just slightly, just a little bit more in terms of fake challenges whenever Mawkzy's far away from the ball. Mawkzy's back though. Will washed his hands, and we're ready for game 3. Series is on a knife edge. Atow can be the hero. Mawkzy was expected to be the hero. He's trying to prove his worth here as France's star player. Atow's offense continues to thrive. He has had so much success on the front foot in this matchup. accidental late dodge there from Atow on the kickoff. He adapted very well to that one though, to fly into the ball. Lean back reset for Atow. Mawkzy's fake jump does not dissuade the Belgian at all. Just look how simple it is for Atow. He can get a reset anywhere he wants, and when he saw Mawkzy pre-jumping onto the back wall there, he thought any top left corner shot is going to do here, and he's not wrong. You like how I show defensive perspective more often? I try and mix it up because you can't appreciate how difficult it is to defend against these players unless you see the defender's POV every now and then. I think we all have a very good understanding of how good like Mawkzy's flicks are, how good Atow's flip resets are from their perspective. We've seen it plenty of times. But to really grasp how difficult it is to save these shots, you need to see the defender's POV to just watch the ball fly into a top corner. Then you truly understand the level these guys are at. Atow's actually doing a great job fighting with Mawkzy's wave dash recovery kickoff here. Mawkzy's in a lot of trouble in this play. Bumped out of position. Has to settle for small pads. And here comes Atow again. It's another lean back reset and another goal. He is just too quick with it. His aerials in offense are working. And you know, we talked a lot about how Mawkzy forces his opponents to go out of their comfort zone in defense. Well, looks like Atow's forcing Mawkzy out of his. It's a really creative half flip after the kickoff, and another one by Atow. He's got Mawkzy forced out of position again, and more bumps. Mawkzy's got to watch out for the demo. He didn't. And the net is open, and it's 5-1. Well, Atow has completely leveled out, if not started winning the kickoff game, and Mawkzy does not have an answer. Big push to the outside. We'll give Mawkzy his next big chance of the game. And of course the flick is good enough. And into the net it goes. This is possibly going to be a very high scoring game by the time this one's over. Just a minute and 12 seconds in, we've had 7 goals. That's not because these two are defending poorly, it's just because they're committing so hard to the kickoff wins. Both these guys are really going for it on the kickoffs, and that's going to result in very volatile one-sided plays after the majority of kickoffs happen. Not only that, Atow's aerial game has just been so effective. Mawkzy's flick game, always so effective. Atow thinking about an in and out save here. Fakes it, and Mawkzy's doubled it off the post. I don't know if he meant that one. We'll have to take a look at his POV. Be very surprised if this was intentional from the initial shot. Yeah, he did well to lean into the rebound. Of course, he's just simply trying to score that first time. Did not want the ball to hit off the post and go out. He meant that, you hater. No, he didn't, you delusional viewer. He leaned it after he realized he'd hit the post. Yeah, he tried to double it. Did he mean it? No. Is that a plan B? Yeah, I reckon plan B was, oh, I better double that. He's like, plan A was, let me just score in the bottom corner. Plan B was, whoops, I've missed. Let me double it. I'm not going to sugarcoat my commentary and lie to you and be like, oh, he's so amazing, he's double tapped off, but he didn't mean it. He didn't mean to do that. If you did, you can disagree, but I don't think you meant it. So Mawkzy snipes in a 4th goal. Atow's giving away a bit of a cheap one there. Yeah, it's a very greedy play. He should have known that he's got to play the ball. I think when he respawned, he saw it on his half of the field and thought, okay, I'm getting there first, but it's rolling to Mawkzy that entire time, so it's actually more of a 50-50 race than Atow realized. If Atow beats Mawkzy, he's got a good shot of winning. If Atow beats Mawkzy, this is completely up in the air and as unpredictable as you could ever get. You know, usually if somebody beats a player like Mawkzy, which Atow is doing in style, by the way, you'd say, okay, they're the favorite to beat Monkey Moon. But it's Monkey Moon. You know, Monkey Moon's like, he's an anomaly. He's one of a kind. When he plays ones, he doesn't play like anyone else. He plays like Monkey Moon. So just because you can beat Mawkzy, I know Mawkzy's like a top 6, maybe top 5, top 4. It's up to you to decide. I put him top 6 player in the world for ones. That's not going to play like Monkey Moon does, even slightly. Perfect timing here by Mawkzy to pop the ball over the early challenge. Atow tried to sneak in behind the ball there. Mawkzy knew there's a good chance the challenge is on his way. Loving these kickoff mix-ups. Atow's half flip plenty, he's delayed plenty, and it's kept Mawkzy guessing. Almost an accidental outplay there by Atow as he landed in front of the ball. It's like one in chat if you remember when Devo eliminated K-Dot from my first ever EU 1v1 tournament that I ran on my channel. It's a $1,000 tournament, I believe. Devo eliminated K-Dot by accidentally missing a flick and landing in front of the ball and chipping it sideways past K-Dot's incoming challenge. The exact same way we nearly saw Atow do there. It was one of the most ridiculous endings I've ever seen. Oh, Mawkzy's just clinical right now. Careless defense from Atow again. You know, he's got a good idea there to bring the ball to the back corner, but he's got to get goal side. A long time left. Mawkzy is on the comeback trail. Oh, he's got Atow side on. Somehow Atow ends up shrugging off those bumps. It looked like he was about to be chain bumped all the way to the sidewall. Atow drops his dribble and Mawkzy walks in an open net. Well, Atow looks nervous, guys. His lead has completely gone, and that shot was not the level that we've become used to seeing from him. Looked like he was between two different ideas there. It looked like he was setting up for a wave dash shot, but then it also kind of looked like he's just trying to fake it and shoot to the bottom left with a side flip. When you can't make up your mind, then you are going to get countered. Atow again looks for the path through with the air dribble. Perfect timing on the boost respawn. Mawkzy's out of his net, and Atow shoots it first time. Well, that was absolutely perfect. Atow flipped over the boost as it spawned. Mawkzy didn't even see the boost as Atow grabbed it as it appeared. Now he's got to come back once again. Atow's bump has been dodged though. Mawkzy with a quick outplay. Yet another equalizer. We're ramping up the scoreline, like I said. Now, why is this happening? It's not just because the offense is working for both players. It's because they're really committing to aggressive kickoff strategies right now. They're fighting hard for possession. Mawkzy's flick over the bar. His rebound into the net. Atow did not respect that one, and he's been punished. He correctly read that that flick was not in. I don't think he realized Mawkzy landed as well as he did. It's one of the advantages of incorporating a reverse element into any flick is that your car will land in a slightly better position. Now, Atow can't do that for too long. He's waiting for the ball to bounce down a bit lower so he can collect it and make a run for boost. But down by one. Can't sit in those deadlock positions forever. Mawkzy with a half flip challenge. Atow's caught him again. So many interactions of that style in this game. Well, it looks like Mawkzy might be through again. He's too quick down the middle, and he leads 11-9. Atow needs to go right back to that aerial game, in my opinion. He's got to find an opening. He's got to create some space and get straight into the air. He was crushing it with the aerial game earlier on. I think he's just going to get a reset and go for it. No time for mind games. No time for consistent pressure. And unfortunately for Atow, when he needed it most, his aerial game let him down. He didn't have a reset available on that one. Will he get another chance? Mawkzy chases him down and eliminates him from the frame. Looks like he might be about to win this game as well. Indeed he will if he can just control this back corner play. Atow going for the only play that he can go for. The back wall demo misses. Mawkzy knew it was coming. That's not to say it was a bad idea. Like I said, it was the only thing that Atow could do. Mawkzy avoided it and completes a very impressive comeback. He was 8-4 down, I believe, at one point in this game, to then win 11-9. That is a 7-1 swing. Literally a Brazil within a game that starts off 8-4 down. Credit to Mawkzy. He clutched it up at the end of that game, whereas Atow was panicking, second-guessing himself on his plays. Mawkzy was confident. He was decisive. And he looks like he's ready to send France to the grand final. Atow's missed a wave dash there. Mawkzy's already going to get his first goal. Atow can't afford these small mistakes. It's a close one, but one of his back wheels is in the air there. You've got to have your back wheel on the ground, opposite the direction you dodge. If you're dodging forward, you need both those back wheels to be on the ground or close. Can't have one of them up in the air. Atow denied with his first big aerial play of the game. Pops Mawkzy away from the ball though, and he'll score on the following ground shot. Love the vision here from Atow. Look at how he leaves on ball cam to have a good idea of when he should be bumping Mawkzy. If that ball's coming down more quickly, he'll probably flip into Mawkzy. If that ball's coming down slowly like it is, he wants to just drive into Mawkzy. Like, there's a reason why he's left ball cam on there. He managed to time his bump to perfection, even while looking at the ball. Another bump attempted, another trip attempted. This one will net Atow the boost seal. I don't think I've ever seen this many trips in a matchup. These guys have been fighting in close quarters, but Mawkzy has completely surprised Atow there. Atow had the boost advantage. Mawkzy saw an angle to challenge. He saved up a little bit more than Atow realized. Half flip kick off for Atow. He missed the boost, but he's still going to get to the ball. Mawkzy's shot could have been a bit quicker. You know, a perfect ground shot in that kind of position will go in against someone who misses the half flip onto the boost. Mawkzy just spotting the angles right now. You know, I give all the credit to Atow in games 1 and even for the most part of game 2 for getting those early challenge angles to work out, but in this game it's been all about Mawkzy's early challenges. He's been pressuring Atow with low boost, and it looks like Atow is just as susceptible to that pressure as Mawkzy ever was. Mawkzy almost got back to save this, but Atow's air dribble bump will go in. Got to see Mawkzy's POV on this, because he looked like he was quite close to getting a recovery somehow. So he actually landed on the crossbar. I thought maybe he landed under it, and if he did, he could have potentially saved this, but on the crossbar is a tough position to be in. Mawkzy quickly punishes Atow, committing early. Decided to go for the center ball instead of the boost seal. Means you'll have to get the ball past the 100 boost Atow now. So fakes the reset, instead just leans back into the block on Mawkzy's challenge. Mawkzy unsure as to whether Atow would challenge there. Those are the kind of plays I was talking about earlier where Atow needs to integrate into his game. He's very frustrated, it seems. He's thrown that one away with a panicked air dribble for no reason, but initially it was a good result for Atow. He just turned around, showed Mawkzy that he was challenging, and then fake challenged instead. Mawkzy gave the ball right to him, because there have been enough of those legitimate challenges that Atow can probably just get the ball for free every now and then. And Mawkzy is now up by 3 goals. The biggest test for Atow stands right in front of him. He's way out of position there. He's starting to get a bit lost on the pitch against a magnificent Mawkzy who's just chugging along consistently. Demo lands. That's open for Atow. Mawkzy does not spawn on the ball and squander the opportunity. For me, the next big Atow aerial play will tell you whether or not he's coming back. If he can score one, that will indicate his confidence is still there. Will indicate that his mechanics are still there. If he misses one, I'm not a believer. Atow again, dribbling with ball cam on. It's something he's been doing all tournament long. Fantastic save. Mawkzy's the faster of the two, back to the ball. Tries to fake low. Atow stands strong in the way of him again. Knows the boost isn't going to be there for a second, so had to just advance. Atow flicks across and into the top corner. Well, that is absolutely perfect. Just one small boost pad to play with. Atow snipes the top corner. I said it might be a big aerial play that shows you whether or not he's still in the game. Atow pops off on the ground. Gives Mawkzy a taste of his own medicine. He's really being stretched thin though here. Atow does brilliantly once again to defend his top corner. Mawkzy jumps over the demo. Shoots first time, Attow's more than equal to it, and now here comes that big aerial play that we're talking about. Will it be a goal? Not this time. Atow loses control, and he will lose a goal as well after missing the demo. Well, that is devastating to Attow's chances. In game 1, in game 2, you've got to think that's a goal. He had such success with his immaculate aerial control, but for the second time recently, Atow tries to air dribble towards Mawkzy, and he didn't have a reset. He didn't get one. Never mind have the ability to use it effectively. Mawkzy stealing all the boosts. He hoovered up even the small pads there, all the bigs, and that's going to leave an open net for him to exploit. He's just had such a consistent level of performance. Even when he was down earlier on, he was able to come back, and Atow, so far, has not been able to replicate that feat. Big Hippo, thanks to the £50, £48 donation to the prize pool. That does complete the prize pool donation goal and confirm that I will be at the max for my contribution. So really appreciate you all who've donated today and on previous days. Yeah, thank you, Big Hippo, for finishing that one off. I'll say once more, I'll have to keep saying this just in case people think that additional 7 is not added to the prize pool. It will be. All other donations during this tournament will be added to the prize pool as well. And then I'll be adding 1,250. Yeah, 1,250. No, 1,1250 doesn't really make sense, does it? That's not a number. 1,250 of my own money will be added as well. So over $1,000 each for the winning team. Will it be France? They book their place in the final. It will. Atow calls GG's. And with the way that this series has gone at the tail end, I don't think you can really blame him. Mawkzy is that guy. GG's. So Atow, very impressive stuff. I think he could be very happy with how he played today. Looked like he was just missing that little bit of confidence in the third game, and the fourth got away from him a little bit after the third one. Ended up being such a crushing defeat. That really was the turning point. I think if Atow can just hold on to that big lead that he built for himself, this would have been a very different looking series, potentially even a win for him. But the unfortunate thing about that is that we're not going to get to see that very unpredictable and interesting Monkey Moon Atow matchup. Good news is we're going to see Monkey Moon in the grand final against one of the Saudi Arabian teams.